Hello, my loves. Welcome back or welcome to my channel, okay? Round here, round these parts, we talk about all the things that lift my spirit and heal my soul, which is my love for fragrances and my love for Jesus Christ, okay? And today, we got a yap session. I need to react to some stuff, and we're going to jump straight into it. No church announcements. We'll get into all the nitty gritty when we need to. So if you want to hear all the nitty gritty, go ahead and stay with your girl. And I have not done this in a while, and I didn't realize how much I missed it. But you know, it's because your girl has been in a funk, and I have to admit it. And then so when I am in my funk, God gives me downloads, right? And those downloads truly bless my soul. And so I come out and I share them, like in my last video about, being Christian, depressed, and all those different things. And it really blessed my soul, so I wanted to share it. But this is an ever-evolving journey, and so he keeps revealing more and more to me. And he started to reveal to me what the root of all these issues were. And the root was at the level of identity. And so today, I felt inspired to just go ahead and hit record, not care about how I look, care about the makeup, all of that stuff that I usually care about and what keeps me inconsistent. Today, I don't care. I got 2 cares in me. That's it. And, one of them about to go away. So, I was watching another creator that I love watching. His name is Walter. I'm going to post his channel and his video below so that you guys can go back and watch it. I'm not trying to make this one of the channels where I do reaction videos, where I'm like playing it in videos. So I highly encourage, if you want to hear his original thoughts, please go to the original video. But in essence, what he was talking about is how every other day he be fighting the urge to want to quit making fragrance videos. And I feel him on that 100%, even though your girl hasn't even made it a year. She hasn't even made it to 1,000 subscribers yet. Okay, so listen, I ain't got no skin in the game. I ain't earned my stripes. My stripes are like they right now they little scratches. They not stripes. They little scratches. Who am I to add my 2 cents to this conversation? But I'm gonna do it anyway. All right, so I wanted to talk about this not because of the idea that people having conversations around clones and dupes has been bothering me per se, but I have noticed when I watch somebody's video that talks about how, they don't wear clones and they don't wear dupes, and how dupes are messing up the whole fragrance industry, and they're taking away from the original work of the original person. And some people are like, if you're gonna go through 50 million dupes to get the original, you might as well just buy the original, because you're gonna spend the same amount of money. And my thought is, no, I'm about to have 10x the fragrance, because the original, that 3.4 ounces that I paid $300 for, I could have 10 of those things, and that thing will last me up until Timbuktu come back home. I don't know. Until 2035. I don't know if it didn't, if there wasn't such thing as expiration dates. You feel me? I could have fragrances upon fragrances for days. So that argument never made sense to your girl. But I get it. People are running and chasing and going after dupes and all these things to try to recreate and get the essence of a fragrance that is featuring better quality ingredients some of the times, that is featuring like like more higher quality, unique, niched, high perfumery, highly tested, fragrances that are going to capture a certain essence some of the times. A lot of the times, these things don't even last as long as these quote-unquote dupes and all these different things. Like, at the end of the day, people can make the argument. I get it. I understand. For me, I've been through so many dupes of guidance, and I finally went and got guidance 46. I finally paid them coins, and I'm glad that I did it, right? Cool. But at the same time, I'm not mad that I went through the dupes. Because guess what? Getting access to those dupes gave me, when I discovered dupes, y'all, let me talk about when I discovered that there was a such thing as a dupe, because I didn't even know that fragrances were that cheap. Really, to begin, like, I really wanted, I would smell people's scent trails and be like, oh my God, like, I just wish I could come to the day when I can afford to buy fragrances, right? Because I'm like, I know these fragrances cost 200, 300, all these different things. I ain't got the money right now. I'm struggling right now. My mom needs a new home. These loans are stacking up high to the death. It was a point in time where I was literally planning to live out of my car. And so during those times, no, I'm not thinking about spending $300, $400, $500 on a fragrance. But I wanted to smell that. Why? Because there was something about that smell that did something for my mood, that did something for how I felt. Like, I wanted to feel like I smell good, that I look good, that I'm carrying myself well. There was something about that did something to my spirit. That did something to my soul, to just uplift my mood for a little bit, right? But I felt like it was out of my reach. But when I discovered clones, when I discovered dupes, all of a sudden, everything opened up for me and I became a frag head. Because I could not imagine a world where I could get access to smelling good on a budget without breaking my back, without feeling like it's not until I get all my $200,000 of debt paid off, and until I could get my mama home and get all these savings and get a career that brings me fulfillment, then I could feel good about fragrances. Then I can go into and dip my toe into something that I've been craving and wanting my whole life. Then I can feel worthy of smelling good to people. And being able to walk by and be like, oh, she smell good. Oh, it's not until I can do all those things first that I become worthy of feeling and smelling good. Now, I know I just jumped from one end to the other, and you're like, how did we get here? We talking about perfumes, Deanna. It's not that deep. Yes, I will agree. But it becomes that deep when you have creators coming out here on the universe and they're talking about, you shouldn't even be doing fragrance content if you're not niche. You shouldn't even buy in perfumes if you can't afford niche. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm not saying that I've heard people say that verbatim, but they've said things that feel reminiscent to that and make you feel like you less of a person because you can't afford to pay a $400 fragrance and you over here just fighting for your life to stay alive for the next day. And you know what? It makes me mad because even to this day, and more so back in the day, but the Lord is delivering me and I've been redeemed, okay? And I'm about to get to how this relates to faith because this is very much so highly connected to it. But back in the day, I would pass Neiman Marcus. I would be afraid to go in. I would pass Saks. I would pass Nordstrom. And I would be so afraid to even ask to even smell the fragrances because I knew, one, if I can't afford it, they're going to want to try to sell me real hard. And when they see that I'm not buying it, I knew like that act of disappointing them or, you know, the people pleasing person in me, it felt some type of way because one, it was like, okay, because in my mind, I'm thinking I would buy something if I could afford it. So in my mind, I'm going to that store thinking like I can't afford it. I'm less than the people that's around me. I'm less than these people who are actually hitting purchase, right? I made it a part of my identity. How much I could afford to spend on a fragrance became a part of my identity walking into a store. And so walking into those spaces and those environments made me feel less than because I'm already coming in with the idea that I'm not worthy to be here. And then when I'm there and maybe let's say an attendant is not showing me some type of attention, now I'm feeling even more type of way because now I'm feeling like you judging me and you feeling like I'm not worthy to be here. right? And now it's creating this perpetual cycle. Or if you're trying to oversell me, you see that I'm not like budging, instead of it being like, oh, this person may have to hit a quota in a minute because they fighting for house and home. They need to bring food to the table to their kids. They're over here stressed about the fact that they ain't got enough money to cover their bills for like whatever may be going on in their mind. Instead of seeing it for what it is, I'm over here internalizing it as it is a hit to me and my identity and my ego and my worthiness as a woman. And so that's the danger of these type of conversations of clone versus dupe and all these different types of stupid stuff. It's just stupid in my mind. I'm about to dupiana, okay? I'm gonna dupe it up, okay? And if I had a fragrance and somebody duped that, kudos. You found out the magic sauce. Kudos to you, because there's a room in the pot, because people are still buying the original even though their dupes out. Who would have thunk it? Right? And so there's layers to this. We've already hit on identity. Now let's get into scarcity, because now there's a certain narrative that is being pushed. And I really think, I haven't had any brands reach out to me personally because I ain't at that level yet. But I really think that there's a programming or an agenda going on where these niche houses or whoever is working for these niche houses is trying to work with creators who don't touch the land of dupes, who are a little bit more on the elitist, you feel me, a platform. And they are encouraging them to encourage people to avoid dupes. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. And I was reading into some of the stuff that Walter was saying in his video, and I'm reading into the stuff that I've heard from a lot of other people, from a lot of other videos, and I'm peeping the stuff I'm seeing myself. I'm part of the community too. I watch videos every day in, day out. You feel me? So I'm peeping it. I'm peeping game. And all of that is baked in scarcity, because at the end of the day, Vanilla 28 is one of the most duped, highly duped fragrances of all times, but it's still selling. Kayali tried to dupe us and say that she getting rid of 28 and then trading in for 29. I said, Mona, you a lie. Mona, you a lie. Hey, get thee behind me, Satan. You lying. And it's April 1st. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Why? Because no matter how much it's dupe, I'm still going to want the original when I can get around to affording it. But I'm grateful for every single one that gave me access to that scent profile. It gave me hope that I could have some type of agency over something very little in my life, where we're in a world of chaos and there's very little that we have agency over. There's very little that gets our minds like in a place of some type of a peace. And it's so beautiful how an aroma can do that. The Bible talks about how our worship to him is a sweet aroma to his nostrils. So God cares about fragrance too, and he designed us for it. But here's why I'm about to make this transition, because at the end of the day, you know why we care about this stuff to begin with? The reason we care about this stuff that we should not be caring about to begin with is because each and every one of us struggles to a certain degree, maybe some people more than others. But I don't think there's a human on this earth that doesn't struggle and tussle every single day with their sense of worth and identity. And you know why? Because when you don't know whose you are, it's hard to know who you are. Let's say that Toyota manufactured a car and they did not put the label Toyota on it. They did not put any of the Toyota symbols and signs on it, right? And somebody was trying to figure out, what kind of car is this? What kind of make and model of this car is it? What is it designed to do? What is it designed to be? What functionality does this car play in my life? It's hard to know if you don't know the manufacturer. Because guess what the manufacturer has? The manufacturer has a manual. They know exactly what specs they put in the car, what they put the car for, what they designed it to do. They know exactly who they designed it for, what purpose they designed it to operate in, and they know exactly how much they spent for all the materials that went into that car. They know exactly how long they designed it to last, how long far they designed it to go. But when there's a lack of labeling or a mislabeling, there tends to be a level of misuse and abuse. Because if you don't know what kind of car it is and you put in the wrong type of gas in that mug, you're not taking it to the right type of people for the oil changes. You see what I'm saying? That car can deteriorate and break down way faster than what it was designed to do. When there's a lack of knowing who created it, you can't go to the creator and ask these questions to get the answers to what this is for, what it's supposed to do, blah, blah, blah. May I ask you, may I make the suggestion that so many of us are going around this world not knowing who our manufacturer is, not having the manual to how he designed us, what he designed us for, who he designed us to reach, what purpose he designed for our lives. And as a result, we are running to all these other places for a sense of labeling, for a sense of type of self-worth, so that we can understand our value. So we're going to material things to say, hey, I'm this type of person. I'm an elite type of person because I can afford this type of stuff. Or I'm going to these type of men to say, hey, I'm this valuable of a woman because of the man I have. Or I'm going to, if you a man, you going to, this is my level of worth and value because I drive this type of a car, or I have this type of a job, and I make this type of a money, or I have this type of a height, or if you a woman, I got this type of a snatch waist. All of these things, we are going to put a label on us to define what our value is, but we're mislabeling because we don't know, we haven't gone to our creator who created and designed us to figure these things out from the one who called us by name. Y'all feel me? And I'm sorry I'm preaching on today. I'm sorry I'm preaching on today. But this has been a wrestle of mine. This has been what has been being birthed from this devotional that I'm creating. And as I'm creating it, I'm going to make the pieces available, the sections available as they go, right? And I'm just going to put it out there for whoever wants to read it, whoever needs to hear these words, whoever God is using to touch my life. Every time I make an update to it, every time I get a new download, I'm going to make it available. It's going to be free. Unless like y'all want a hardback and a physical book, y'all might have to pay for the materials. But that's it, because what God has put on my life, because I done messed around and went to my manufacturer and I said, Lord, all these things that I'm chasing some type of self-worth from followers and subscribers. And when the likes were good, when the views were good, everything was good. But when it slowed down, when it dried up, Lord, I'm having an identity crisis. Now I don't feel worthy because the likes are not reflecting the type of worth that I feel like I should have. I done messed around into the creator and said, Lord, I want to be making more money so I could be out of debt, because this debt makes me feel like I'm less worthy of a person, when I know that a lot of the stuff that I have tied to my name that wasn't even mine, because I done messed around and co-signed or did some stupid stuff or whatever the case may be, and now that stuff done went and did what it's doing. So now I feel less worthy because it's affecting this part of my life, and now I feel like I'm financially irresponsible person because of some stupid thing that I done messed around and did back in the day, right? Or I'm over here like feeling like, oh, well, I'm less worthy because I'm single and I keep getting rejected and I'm this and I'm that and I'm not beautiful enough. I need to lose more weight. I need to do this. I need to do, Lord, I'm trying to be enough. And God is like, you trying to be enough for a world that cannot contain who you already are. Don't you understand that I designed you for overflow? And what you're mistaking for the not fitting is actually you're too big for the small spaces you're trying to fit in. And of course they're rejecting you because you can't fit in. But if you came to me and you asked me who you are, and you asked me what you were designed to do, and you asked me what your value was, I would have told you, and you would have wasted less time trying to fit into small spaces that you were never designed to fit in. Am I preaching to anybody? And I'm not going to keep on yelling at y'all because this is going to be an ever-evolving topic. But I really think that when we don't realize, that's what we're looking at. When we see all the brokenness on social media in general, whether it be on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, it's a whole bunch of people chasing some sense of self-worth. And even in the fragrance community, we're chasing some sense of self-worth from a fragrance, from what we can afford and not afford. Right? Because look at these people with all these huge collections. Maybe more than probably 50% of them was gifted to them. Maybe even not. Maybe they got different type of circumstances that we don't got. But let's be for real. No matter how many fragrance bottles you have in your collection, not one of those fragrance bottles is reflective of what you were designed to be and do in this world. Your worth and your identity and your value cannot be determined upon what kind of fragrances you can afford. So let's stop trying to keep painting this narrative to other people and projecting to other people that it should signal some type of self-worth, because you fighting and scraping for some self-worth that ain't gonna be found in the fragrance bottle. I hope I'm making sense. I'm about to close this out right now before I get to rambling. But again, my devotional will be listed. I'm going to hold off on decants right now because I know that the more I keep splitting my focus, like I haven't even been consistent on this platform. I can't, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to dead that right now and come back to if God opens that avenue up for me again. But right now I got to get focused on what my creator told me he designed me to do and be. All right, I'll catch y'all on the next one. I know this one was heavy. I will still be doing fragrance reviews every now and then. I'm researching which topics I want to do this week, actually. Now, I don't know when the next video is going to come out yet because we're still trying to figure out a consistent schedule that works. And so until I figure out what can work for my schedule and what can align, I'm not going to come here and make promises. But I am going to, whenever I feel the spirit move, I will come and do these type of impromptu videos because I think somebody needs to hear it. With that being said, I will catch y'all on the next one. Bye.